Things break, but they can still grow. These little bristles, they'll take root. We'll have a whole new plant. Let's go.
And Rick and Carl running to greet her. Look at them running to her.
Glad to see you.
Glad to see you too. I know you don't know me. Yeah, I know that. But can you please help me get this to my husband? We haven't eaten in days.
Oh, I remember now. Ask her what happened to her husband, Rick. Why isn't he hunting for her or helping her hunt?
Here, go ahead.
Do you have a camper out here?
Yeah.
They possibly come back with you. We've been doing badly on our own.
But I'd have to meet him.
Rick is so different, so gentle and open.
I need to ask him some questions, both of you. I don't know you. So I'm just gonna tell you this. You try anything. Anything. You're gonna be the one who loses.
That's the Rick I know.
Go ahead.
You're naming them?
Well, one of them has a name tag.
They had names when they were alive. They're dead now.
No, they're not. They're just different.
What the hell are you talking about? They eat people. They kill people.
People kill people.
They're not people and they're not pets. Don't name them.
Carl's schooling his little friends on the reality of things. They should take some of those cuts.
Okay, I think I got it.
What?
I've been trying to guess what Daryl did before the turn. Trying to guess for like 6 weeks. I'm pacing. The way you are at the prison. Yeah, you're being on the couch so you're able to track your help.
This, oh, I don't like this. Again, it's fan service, which is okay, but it's blurring the lines between the show and the character. The writers just wanted to, I guess after season 3, the fandom for Daryl grew exponentially, and the writers wanted to play up Daryl for the fans. Oh, you're this Daryl, and kid is listing all his qualities and everything. It takes you out of the story because people don't behave like that in real life. There's like, oh, I'm such a fan of you and everybody loves you, and this, you may have one character hero worship another character, but this everybody's like, oh, Daryl, oh, we love Daryl. Oh. And again, Daryl fans don't get offended. I like Daryl, but this is just, as a writer, you don't want to take people out of the world, and you want to make it as authentic as possible. Do fan events, with Norman Reedus for the fans, but take Norman out of this world and leave Daryl in this world. And you're going to see a lot of that, where, especially in the latter seasons, where they had characters saying and doing things that were not true to the character and not authentic to the story, just to please certain subsets of the fandom. And it's poor writing. I'm sorry. It's just very poor writing.
Homicide cop. So funny.
Even how Daryl just reacted to Michonne laughing, I didn't see Daryl, I saw Norman Reedus reacting to Danae. Yet time has changed them, but even with the Daryl being more open and more friendly and more communicative. That's not Daryl. That's Norman.
We were going to Puerto Vallarta for our honeymoon.
Don't walk too close to her, Rick.
They shut down the airport. They wouldn't let us leave the terminal, so we slept next to these huge marble sculptures from Zimbabwe.
Even though I'm starting to remember the story, just off what she's saying, how she looks at Rick, I wouldn't trust her.
There were a lot of us. And now it's just Eddie and me. And I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for him.
Did she tell Rick why her husband couldn't come with her? That he was injured?
Charity. You have to have numbers. People are the best defense against walkers. Or people. We help each other.
Oh, yeah. Forgot that Bob was an alcoholic. Ouch. How did they hear that on the roof? With all the snarling. They shouldn't have been able to hear that.
They come down here the wrong way.
Ooh.
I saw those sculptures at the airport once. My favorite was the kids playing leapfrog.
Mine too.
It's interesting that they chose to say the sculptures were from Zimbabwe. Rick is saying, oh, I saw those sculptures. Mentioning his favorite amongst them. But the way he's looking at her, I don't know if it's a test to see if she's telling the truth, you know, that she made that story up. She mentioned the sculpture at the airport were from Zimbabwe. And as everyone knows, Denai was born here in the United States. Her parents were from Zimbabwe, and when she was a little girl they took her back to Zimbabwe, so she grew up in Zimbabwe for a while there. Another great factoid about Denai is that her babysitter was one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter. Her father was a professor at a university in Iowa, I think. I'm not sure if I got the state right, but
What Eddie and I had to do, did you do things like that? Do you think you get to come back from him?
I hope so.
if she's hungry, why isn't she eating the sandwich? I would be, gulping it down. Ew. Stop screaming, Bob. Gosh. Just calling them to you. They know you're there. Just calm down. Stop screaming. Yeah, use the glass and smash his head. And you see that Walker's foot is like gnarled up. And again, around Bob. Foreshadowing. Oh, gross. No! Ah! Caught him. Oh my gosh. He caught the kid. Zach was a red shirt, unfortunately.
Oh, thank God you're still here. This is Rick. He's going to help us.
He warned you.
I wanted to take the power. I knew I'd get you here so much quicker. He's starving. He's slowing. He needs something alive.
Where is he?
I told you I can't be without him. And so I kept him. Let me be like him. Don't end it after.
No.
Let me be with him.
No!
She was gone already, Rick. She was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Nothing you could do to help her. She's gone. So it was just his head? Rick didn't even end the walker or end her.
Today, we are talking about knives, how to use them, how to be safe with them, and how they could save your life.
Ma'am, may I be dismissed?
What is it?
I'm not feeling very well.
How to stab and slash and where to aim for. Please, don't tell your father.
Don't tell your father. Come on. Telling a child to keep secrets from his parent. No bueno. So that walker, they keep showing that walker because he's bleeding from his eyes. So it's probably about the virus, the sickness. It's an indication of something, some disease. And then now you have Violet, who is so the I was gonna say the walker transmitted the virus, not the virus that caused them to become zombies, but the walkers are just the breeding grounds for all kind of pathogens. So did the virus come from that walker, or is it from what we're gonna see, the agent that was being fed to the walkers? And you know, spoiler, most people have seen this, the agent was the mice.
I'm not pregnant. I didn't want to, but we could have.
So she's willing to start a family with Glenn, and she said she's not afraid of being alive. I guess you feel secure now at the prison, but I'm telling you, the threat is still out there, as Michonne knows. Bringing kids, it's like when you have war zones, children are still being born. It's tough, but life goes on, and if no one has children, how does the human race continue even in this zombie apocalypse?
Hey.
Now that seems more like Daryl. Not just because he's shy, it's just that simple hi to Beth, that's Daryl. Guy before, even confidently nudging Rick in acknowledgement of Rick's feelings about Michonne, that was blurring the line. But just that simple hi to Beth, I recognize Daryl, and I don't see Norman. 30 days without an accident.
Tired of losing people. That's all.
I want to do a timeline of events, like when Michonne showed up to the prison, even before that, from Rick's coma to finding Laurie, then the farm, then how long they were at the prison till Michonne showed up, when Michonne showed up, and then the war with the governor. And now I want to do a timeline. Would you please help me from the beginning up till now? And we'll continue as we go along in the series to update it. So if anyone could help me find the sources, we have to source it though. I don't want it sourced just from another YouTuber unless that YouTuber sourced it from someone from the show. So I would very much appreciate if you would help me with this, and I'll do a timeline video and we can update it as we go along. So that would be cool. Michonne's still perusing that map, trying to find the governor. She's not giving up. Macon, Georgia.
You tried to help her. You couldn't. No one could. Some people are too far gone. You're not. You tried to help her.
How that woman wound up. I got close to that.
See what Herschel said? Some people are too far gone, but Rick isn't. Ah, look at Judith's hat. So cute.
If I lost Carl and Judith, if I lost this place.
Not then, Rick. Not even then. You came back. You get to come back. You do.
Oh, wow. Rick saw how close he came to losing himself. He said how she ended up, he came close. He thinks if he lost Carl and Judith, he wouldn't make it. But as we know, and as Herschel says, you would. And Herschel is right. And he's right because Rick he's not alone. He has people that cares for him and love him. And that's why it's so important that we have others in our lives that love and care for us and that we can love and care for. We need each other, you know. No man is an island and no man can stand alone. We weren't made to be alone. Selfishness and self-absorption are our greatest enemies. It destroys our relationship with each other and it destroys our reliance on each other. This kid is coughing. He's really sick. Sweating, night sweats. Ooh, and coughing up blood. Remember the blood coming from that walker? So it's some hemorrhagic fever or something. And he's coughing in the communal water. So all the viruses everywhere now, and then he's burning up. Oh, wow. And he turned into a walker. Oh, and his eyes were red like that walker. So yeah, that walker had that infection. So that might be the origin, the source of the virus. But we'll see in the next episode. Anyway, I discussed a lot of the stuff throughout the episode. Most titillating part of the episode for me was that interaction between Rick and Michonne, which shows the progress of their relationship. Not only are they friends, but it's obvious, it's beyond obvious that Rick has developed feelings for Michonne, but he has not related to her. And I don't think she's aware. She's not aware. Isn't that? I don't think she's not aware. And he's keeping it to himself. And as we found later on, he said he didn't know what to do because he didn't want to disrupt her relationship with Carl because he knows Carl needs her. And relationships can get messy. And what if it doesn't work out between he and her? It doesn't work out and she leaves. We don't see it in this episode, but Michonne became like a mother figure to Carl, you know, someone he could confide in. And that is invaluable for Carl and invaluable to Rick because he's already struggling with Carl, trying to keep him on track, you know, so that he doesn't become a cold, merciless killer because of the world that they're in now. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So Rick has a lot to distract him. Unreciprocated love is hard. There are just too many challenges in their world for it to be an existential crisis. So he'll survive. Anyway, I wasn't sure if that sequence of events would be in this episode, so I'm glad that it was. I look forward to the next one. Hopefully, I don't know if it would be just mostly about the virus, the infection, but I'll keep an eagle eye out for all the interactions between Rick and Michonne. So thanks again for taking this ride with me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Reading your comments are a highlight highlight for me. The best part of doing these reactions is hearing from you, reading your take on some of the points I made and on the episode and the characters. So I look forward to it. So please leave your comments below and see you soon. Bye.